What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we're going to be checking out Billie Eilish's new record, Hit Me Hard and Soft. I'm so excited for this because the collaborative effort between Finneas and Billie is just something that is so amazing to be able to witness as it's happening. I love that they continue to push kind of like the bar, the standard of what music and explorative sound is going to sound like as we keep going in modern music. So I'm super excited to check this out. Before we get into today's video, I want to plug my Patreon, full uncut album listening party. So if you guys want to check that out, links in the description. We jam the entire album together. Obviously YouTube, a lot more chopped up for copyright and pacing and things like that. So if you're interested, it's already up on Patreon. I also have her Apple Music documentary. I believe it was Apple Music or it was Disney Plus. Yeah, if you guys want to go check that out, links in the description. But I'm super excited to check this out. So we're going to dive in. The first song that we're checking out is Skinny. Oh,
people say I look happy.
I'm loving this already. You can already hear in the production, this guitar has like this very like, there's like one note it's hitting that feels very like kind of like tense there. And that combined with Billie's voice right here, oh my God.
Just because I got skinny, but the old me is still me, and maybe the real me, and I think she's pretty.
Aww. Love what she says there, because she's saying like, maybe there's some physical appearance that you've seen has changed in me, but maybe like that wasn't for the best. Maybe it was really hard to get to that point, and there was a version of me that I liked more before any of that ever happened.
Am I acting my age now? Am I already on the way out? Didn't get to keep it, and the internet is hungry for the meanest kind of funny, and somebody's gotta feed it.
So kind of what I picked up there is it seems like all the struggles that she's going through, having to do that kind of like on the big stage and in kind of front of everybody, and you don't kind of realize what people might have going on behind the scenes. And it seems like, you know, you're putting on a show, or you're putting on sort of a facade to try to be able to kind of like maintain that. But she even says like, you know, essentially like the media needs meat. They need that to eat to survive. And somebody's going to have to tell them. I don't know if she was referring to like a specific relationship or not, although it does sound pretty personal.
Do you still cry?
Fuck the theatrics of that.
Still cry? Never did you wrong.
Woo. Fuck.
I never did. I loved you for so long.
Come on. I never did you wrong. I loved you for so long. She also said, I never did you wrong, but my patience is gone, or yeah. And the idea being like, you can wait around for somebody forever. There's somebody out there that's gonna love you like so unconditionally, which is exactly kind of what Billie is describing here. Like just waiting around for somebody, but giving them all of your love. But at some point that love runs out. Like at some point you have to remove yourself from a situation like that. Any of these orchestra or string sections, so good, especially since we've seen Billie perform with them live before. It's gonna be a lot of transitions, huh? See? But I want to talk about the song. Okay, let's talk about Skinny really quick, because I feel like just one thing to kind of talk about setting this record up, because I don't really know what the theme of this is going to be or any of those things. I don't know if we're just like going through explorative topics, if we're just growing older. I don't know. But I can tell with this song that it's almost like she's metaphorically likening being like becoming skinny or whatever the case may be, just going through some big change as sort of this like loss and kind of rebirth. So like she loves somebody, obviously she was willing to do whatever for them, and it's almost like she had to go through this breakup, which maybe put her into, you know, I know, like speaking for myself in situations like this where I've been kind of thrown into like a depression that would cause, you know, a physical change, that would cause a change in me that other people would recognize, but maybe you don't understand what got me to that point. So you may see me and think, oh, they look so good, or oh wow, they've been, you know, out a lot more, or wow, they don't go out very much. You know, you might like make that thing, but you don't understand what is causing me to kind of be that person. So that's at least what I'm picking up here. And I also love the very theatrical piece to the end with those string sections. I feel like when you have that mixed with Billie in those like super high ranges she does, and then softer notes coming in to harmonize, you know I'm a fan. All right, this is Lunch.
I could eat that girl for lunch, and she dances on my tongue. Tastes like she might be the one.
Hey!
And I could never get enough. I could buy her so much stuff. It's a craving, not a crush.
Oh, I love that. It's a craving, not a crush. And there is a difference.
Call me when, baby, I think you were made for me.
Hey!
Somebody write down the recipe.
Boom, 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 boom.
Been trying hard not to overeat.
Bass lines are so
You're
good.
so sweet. If I'm allowed, I'll help you take 'em.
I feel like, and I've said this in so many like albums, but when you have a song that, you know, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more sexual, I feel like you're going to get that lyricism when you hear funky bass lines like this. Like these bass riffs were literally made for this kind of song.
Tastes like she might be the one.
Woo!
And I could never be not a crush.
Oh, and that fucking piano, yes.
She's in the mirror. Oh my God, her skin's so clear. Tell here, now she's smiling ear to ear. She's the head.
You need a seat? I'll volunteer. You know what? Good for Billie. I did see like an article came out where Billie was just like talking about, you know, being able to finally like explore kind of like her feelings and, you know, what she wants to do in life. And I'm so glad to hear her like be able to go through all those things and then put it into a record in a way that feels like she sounds really happy and like excited about this. And I fucking love that for her.
Lights on the deal. I'm interested in more than just being friends.
Hey!
I don't wanna break. I could eat that girl
Woo!
for lunch. I know it's just a hunch, but she might.
Woo! Wait, what? Fucking bass moments here. A lot of low end.
She might be the one.
Fucking fuzzy guitar too. I feel like we're getting like a modern day Watermelon Sugar here. Although I feel like, you know, there's obviously a difference in lyricism there. Leaves a little bit more for the imagination, I think. Whereas Billie's a little bit more direct here, but it's still giving me that vibe. Like this is gonna be the summer vibe. You're gonna have us singing about, you know, oral sex essentially. The same way we did with Watermelon Sugar. We're screaming at the top of our lungs. We're having a great summer. Yeah, see, for a second I felt bad about saying like, oh, we're singing about oral sex, right? Because I'm like, well, is that weird to say? But that is kind of what we're singing about, although it's more than that, obviously much more. But the gist of it is, you know, she's got the craving. It's more than just a crush. But then, you know, Billie has the sounds at the end and stuff, and then I don't feel bad because if you turn this on, then these are gonna be this is the content of the music. All right, this next track is Shahiro. There's no way I got that right.
To take my love away. When I come back around, will I know what to say? Said you won't forget my name. Not today. Not tomorrow.
I just can't get it out of the way. Like I'm just gonna stop talking about the bass on this album because unless I really need to, because it's obviously great on every track. Like these riffs are so good.
Kinda strange. Feeling sorrow. I got changed. War said you'd show show me what's in store. I hope it's not for sure. Can you open up the door? Did you?
Oh. I didn't think that like Billie would even have like a need for vocal growth, because like everything I've heard from Billie vocally has always been pretty fucking amazing. But there's just like, it's like she's going into another level of some of these ranges that we've heard her sing in before, but it almost feels like it's this like I can't even say like more confident, more is just so she's just becoming more and more like the artist that she is. Like she's growing into that person, which, you know, that is going to keep happening over years, but it's so cool to like be a part and witness it. Cause like you go back and listen to the Beatles records and listen to them as they evolve and change sounds. But I mean that some of us were there, but I wasn't personally. So like you're doing that after the fact, whereas like this is an artist that we are actively like getting to appreciate while they're here. You know what I mean? So it's, I don't know. For me, it's cool to point out things like that. Woof. Dude, I could have Billie in that range forever. The delay is so good on her voice. Woo! I'm sorry, I'm just appreciating the fucking production on this right now. This is crazy. Fuck it. The bass is amazing, okay? Fuck it. I'm saying it again.
And that's when you found me. I was waiting in the garden, contemplating. Were you serious? They told me they were only curious. Now it's serious. For sure. Can you open up the door?
It feels weird because, so like we're dancing, we're having a great time with this, but like there's a darkness to it, right? And I feel like the lyricism, there's a couple things going on here. One, at one moment she just straight up says like, I don't know you anymore. Like whoever I thought I knew before, that person's not there anymore. And even right here, it seems like this is almost out of desperation. It feels like we broke up, we drifted apart, this is not gonna work, but like you keep kind of running back, like, can you open the door? Because I know that if you open the door and just let me in, you're opening the door to another opportunity for us to fix this, even though like it kind of feels maybe just in the lyrics that that's probably not the right thing to be doing, and even though you know that, you still kind of keep doing it anyways. Waiting for those harmonies. Woo! Just synth perfection right there. I love a super high lead like that. Oh, so good. To be honest, that's kind of what this feels like. It feels like a journey through the kind of the emotion of like realizing that maybe the relationship that you have is really over, and kind of the desperation that I feel. And I could be totally wrong about that emotion, but it just feels like this, can you open up the door kind of thing reminds me of this, like this almost like desperate plea that I know if you open this door, we fix this. Like we go back to what we were, but you never really do. Because, you know, in that moment about midway through the song, it just stops with this, like, I don't know you anymore. And it's this very like I don't know, just kind of like rocky production and instrumental moment, because that's like this pivotal piece to this, because I feel like the rest of the song dive into another emotion, and then you have this kind of like piece at the end that's bigger and it feels up tempo. So again, especially with all the synthesizers, though, you feel the darkness, it's still upbeat, you're still kind of dancing, but I feel like it's overall just like this looming sadness. And I don't know, you guys have to let me know in the comment section. Obviously this record just came out, so we don't know, but still. All right, this next track is Birds of a Feather. Oh my God. Okay, for real. I know that Billie has always had amazing vocals. I've checked out every album she's done, okay? I own them, I listen to them, I love Billie. But I do feel like I'm hearing like the newest version of Billie. I am hearing the Billie that has been working on this and you know, so many live shows and stuff, and somebody that already had great vocals just fucking getting better and better. Come on, if I'm turning blue, don't save me, nothing left to lose without my baby. That's the one right there. That's the Twitter bio or the X bio. Definitely a sound I was not expecting to hear. This has like a 90s pop influence to it, and it's this like beautiful pop love song, and it sounds so fucking cute from Billie. I love this. Oh, this range she's in. I like the idea of likening love to birds of a feather. Typically it's just friends, right? But you can have a relationship like that. I gotta shut my ass up. Did you hear that? Oh man, these Billie ad-libs are so good. She's just riffing these vocals. Honestly, Billie just sounds incredible in this. It's like a very unique sound I'm hearing from her that I can't quite put my finger on if I've really heard her do this sound very much, if ever. So it's really cool to hear her again running with that kind of influence, but putting her own sound on it. It's fucking sick. All right, this is Wildflower.
Things fall apart and time breaks your heart. I wasn't there, but I know.
I just noticed, like, so vocal, she's got her harmony comes in, they put a ton of reverb on that harmony, and so like some of those notes, whenever they decide to put that in, it makes that note hit so much harder.
Things fall apart and time breaks your heart. I wasn't there, but I know. She was your girl. You showed her the world. We fell out of love, shouldn't I? But I see her in the back of my mind.
Billie, oh my God.
Shouldn't I? But I see her in the back of my mind.
I'm sorry, one more time. She sounds so great here.
Shouldn't I? Did I cross the line?
Oh my god, composition. Oh yeah. Oh my god, I hate to even stop this, but like, please, if you've not listened to this yet, listen to these. Like, we got Billy's vocals all over the place in the mix. It's so fucking awesome. Ugh. I love that these songs, I gotta shut the fuck up. I love that these songs take us on such a journey. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of everywhere on the lyrics here. I'm gonna do my best to describe what I think is going on in this song, but it almost sounds to me like this maybe was a fling, or maybe like it was something that was really special, but it kind of like happened quickly maybe, and maybe Billy wasn't the one to end it. It almost felt like there were moments in here where Billy was sort of like third personing this a little bit, because it feels like the idea that maybe she had this moment with somebody that was so like captivating. You end up in this moment where it's like all your brain can think about, it's all you want. It's almost that craving, like she said earlier in Lunch, but it's more than that. You become just so consumed by the idea of this person or the idea of this love that it's like a wildflower. It's like a field of wildflowers growing in your head. Your mind is consistently wrapped around the thought of this person, this wildflower. And it's almost like her saying, you know, I think of you all the time. This is how it is. Do you think of me that same way? That's at least what I pick up on this, especially considering the very dramatic feeling of this song, which, by the way, on a production level, again, I mean, it's going to be perfect. Phineas and Billy just fucking, they're on a different level when it comes to what they do with music. But I just feel like when you have the production bringing this much emotion into it, you really feel like you're going through the same mindset that maybe Billy is in when she's writing the song. And I think that's a really special thing to be able to fucking do in music. I mean, the fact that you can make these songs that become, you know, mass, like, commercial successes, but they can mean something so special and intimate to you is incredible. Okay, this is The Greatest.
And you don't wanna know how alone I've been. All my admiration.
Fuck.
All the times I waited for you to want me naked, made it all look painless. Man, am I the greatest?
I have goosebumps, and I don't even know if I can explain why right now. Look at this. Oh God, they're getting me. Oh boy. Woo. Okay, a lot to kind of think about here. So that feels tongue-in-cheek to me. I feel like The Greatest. And I also thought about that when I saw the name of the title. That just seems like, you know, you're the greatest, right? But it seems very tongue-in-cheek here. Also, she kind of said something, and it took me back to like a place that I've been in my life where you're laying in bed and the other person is sleeping, and it's almost like you kind of know that things are over. You know what I mean? Like, you got everything you ever wanted. You waited forever, but then you kind of just feel like, well, this isn't really what this isn't working. And that's like the moment when they're sleeping, but you're staying up at night because you feel so alone and you have so many thoughts going through your head about kind of the demise of this relationship. I don't know that that's necessarily what she was feeling in that moment, but I just like had a very visual kind of like callback to a moment in my life. But I can just, I don't know, you could just feel the tension in her saying like, oh, I got all this. I waited for you to want me naked. I waited for all these things. Man, I'm the greatest. It just doesn't feel like a proud moment.
And we don't have to fight when it's not worth fighting for.
See, this is what I'm saying right here. So we don't have to fight when it's not worth fighting for. That's the moment when you're laying in bed, the other person's asleep and you're awake and you just feel alone and you don't even feel like putting the effort into this anymore. You waited so long, you tried so hard to get it. And then it's happening and you realize as everything's unfolding and your relationship's falling apart, it's not even worth fighting anymore. Everything you thought you ever wanted, you're not even willing to fight for it anymore because it's just not there.
And you don't wanna know. Times I waited for you to want me naked. I made it all look painless. Admit, am I the greatest?
As if this wasn't already my favorite. Oh my God, they're so good at putting this together. I love when Billy and Finneas did this on Happier Than Ever, and I love it even more here. I feel like the passion is so real and the song makes so much sense to me now. This is, my visual was spot on. Relationship falls apart. The hardest thing is that, again, it's not worth fighting for anymore because Billy is in this situation where she's going through everything in her head and realizing that the relationship that she's in, she's the greatest, girlfriend, the greatest whatever. She's given up everything. She feels so lonely. She gave all of her patience, attention, love, kindness, generosity, everything to this person. And the other person doesn't even have, says they're the greatest, doesn't even have the ability or the audacity to give that same love back to, they say like, oh, you said your heart's jaded. You said all these things. It's just unfortunate that our relationship has fallen apart this way because you could have been the greatest, but you didn't put the effort in like I did. And look what it got me. Look at all that accomplishment that it got me to be the greatest. At the end of the day, I'm waiting, you're asleep. I'm fucking sad in the middle of the night alone again. Billy, I fucking been there. I understand. And you put that together in such an incredible way lyrically here because the whole time, it's just amazing to follow along and be like, here's all these things and set up this world for me and then tear it apart at the end by just letting me know that you could have been the greatest. I also love having this slow tempo build up and this beautiful moment to have Billy have these big vocals and then to bring this full fucking band in and just have this very powerful back half of the song. I think it brings so many emotions to life. Literally the greatest song on here so far, although Birds of a Feather is a very close second. But that is just such a fucking feeling right there. Okay. L'amour de ma vie. Fuck.
I wish you the best for the rest of your life. Felt sorry for you when I looked in your eyes. My life.
Woof.
Did I break your heart? You said you'd never.
Oh, it wouldn't kill you for an apology for making me feel like it would kill you if I left. That is a very, okay, if you're ever in a relationship like that, that is a super fucking toxic, manipulative way of keeping someone around. But more so than that, if you're giving off those vibes that like you would be absolutely crushed to lose somebody, but like you're not actually doing any actions that would show that, you might end up in a situation like this where Billie really is getting mixed signals from somebody, someone that she would say could be the love of her life. Maybe they don't actually really care if she's around or not.
But I wish you
Fuck.
the best.
Fit the stereotype.
Rest of your life. Felt sorry for you when I looked in your eyes. Love of my life. The love of my life.
Also, that's a lot of personal growth. If you can get to a point where you think that you're in a relationship that you have to be in, that they can't live without you and all this stuff. If you can go from that to being able to say, well, the biggest lie I told you was that you were the love of my life. Once you realize that that wasn't true, you're able to move on. Because if that other person was able to make you feel all those ways and then leave and immediately get in another relationship, they obviously didn't care that much either.
Found her. Now go for love. Just like we were. If I ever was, it's not my fault. Left, it was obvious why.
That's growth, Billie.
For you. I was the love of your life. But you were not mine.
Hey. Oh yeah, dude, what? That 80s love right there.
So you didn't need it. But you should have seen it. The way you went down.
She sounds so fucking cool. Okay, I love this because I feel like there's a whole range of things going on here. Obviously, this was a relationship that fell out where Billie at one point believed that she was in love. And then obviously that relationship doesn't work, right? So the other person finds another love right away. Turns out that the whole time they were really in love with Billie, but Billie wasn't actually in love with them like they thought. So the love of their life got away, and that's Billie. And this second half of the song, I love it because, one, I have no idea what's going on lyrically until the very end, but also I love the sound of this so much. I love this dance up tempo. I love the super high fucking vocal that Billie's got here. I want to hear her do more of this. I think from a production standpoint, it'd be so fucking cool to hear. But the lyrics at the end of this, it's such a pity we're both so pretty. I think it's almost like, because you go through the range of the sadness of losing the relationship and stuff, but then you kind of, you know, have to just address the fact that, yeah, on even just like a base level, like we could have been such a great couple together. Not only are all these other things true, but we're both so pretty. It's such a pity that we can't be together. What an just like adventure that we were just put on, and I love that for us. Okay, this is the diner.
Your stars in my dreams and magazines, you're looking right at me. I'm here around the clock. Could get into a fight. I'll say you're right, and you kiss me goodnight. I'm waiting on the corner till I saw the city leave.
Okay, so just listening to the lyrics on that whole first section, it kind of feels like Billie may be implying that she might be not stalking, but hanging out in an area around where somebody that she wants to speak with, because she's really trying to reconnect with this person in hopes that she can build a relationship, including all the small things like just being married or just having a home together and things like that. But I can't tell. I love the sound of this though. I'll go back to the diner. I'll write another letter. I hope you'll read it this time. So I do think that what she's doing is sort of like pleading again, kind of like with, was it Wildflower? What? No, it was Chihiro. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Where it's almost this desperation, right? Whereas before it was, if you could just open the door and let me in, I know that we could fix these things. And I feel like with the diner, it's the same thing. If you could just read this note, if you could just talk to me, if you could just meet me, if you could just stop making me have to leave, we could just talk about these things and we'd be able to have this life together. Such a good vibe. You can call that number. I'm not doing it. You never know. I'm gonna end up on some fucking telemarketing thing. I love what she did with this song. I think that it captures all of this like gritty, big city kind of vibe where you feel like, you know, I just see Billie at the diner with a newspaper and like a whole detective setup looking over the thing. Like she's looking over the newspaper, just trying to keep an eye on this relationship. The idea being like, I'm following you because you're going to give me the time of day. But if anything is to happen, you might as well just let them know that it was me. But I love that they're able to not only give us this like cool story in lyrical form. That's something obviously we always appreciate. But I love that you can also match the fucking like mood of this so much with the track, because I feel like in doing that, it's almost like its own visual representation of a song. It's so fucking cool. At least my brain is just really working tonight, I guess, because I feel like I'm on these adventures throughout this record, and that's a lot of fun. All right, this next track is Bittersweet. Woo! Oh, before this goes any further, like literally with the right timing right here, this could be a really great like trap instrumental. Like I could just hear a dun 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 dun. Okay. Oh.
You were in the foyer. I was on my knees outside of my body, watching from above. I see the way you want me. I wanna be the one.
I love. Okay, Billie she just set that up in the most like, I fucking understand what you're saying kind of way. Having an out-of-body experience because you're having the experience where you finally feel like that is what you like. You feel like you are in a place where you're in a position where you are doing something that feels so right, and everything is just like, it's lunch, that craving, everything just feels right in the world. And so you're almost like watching this happen. And I love what Billie says, like, I'm out of my own body watching how much you want me. Like, I love that she is just like explaining in such a realistic way that so many of us can like understand. Not, it doesn't even have to be about the exact same thing, but that moment when you are just like out of body because what is happening is so fucking surreal. Billie's experiencing that right here. Ooh. And that makes it even more sad because she knows that it's this like amazing feeling that she's having. She's having this amazing experience, but she needs it to end because she knows that she cannot fall back into the trap of love, or she just can't love this person in particular. But either way, it becomes a dangerous trek if you fall down that. You didn't have to cut me off. Kind of sounds like that. It doesn't.
Keep me off my feet. You seem so paranoid. I'm looking at the boys.
You're getting paranoid of me looking at the other boys. I've never filled the void. And then I don't know if she said out of spite or I don't know. I'll take it back. Listen to that.
I'm so paranoid. I'm looking at the voice. I've never filled the void. That's alright.
See, that's how you know. That's how you know that you are doing the right thing or that you are where you're supposed to be. If you know that if you were to find out that you're going to die right there, you could die happy.
I don't need to breathe and I'll see you in the sleep. We can be discreet.
Hey.
But I've been overseas. Door for me.
Fuck. These songs are so expansive. Fuck. Dude, I'm just nerding out on how sick this fucking song is. There's just so much going on. My brain's just like... I thought that was about to transition to the other song. Okay, we have to talk about Bittersweet. Okay, so many things. So first and foremost, it sounds to me, and I did see a little bit about an interview that she did. So this may be, I don't know if it was her first time with a woman or if it was maybe her first time where she like really was happy, but like happy with a woman, but it feels like it was her first time. And the reason I say this is because it felt like, for at least it seems, she felt for the first time that she was doing something that was right for her. And I love it because what we're getting throughout the song, and anybody who has struggled with this before, you can hear her being afraid to like try, being afraid to kind of like have that in the open, even saying like, you know, we can be discreet about these things. Let's meet in the suite. I've been overseas. I've been having dreams about this. This is something I need to do, but I also can't fall in love with you because like, I don't know if this is right. I feel like there's a lot of conflicting things. God, high school was like hard for me around this because I was struggling so much with like my own sexuality. It was really fucking hard to like understand it, especially at that age. I feel like in high school, it's like you have the opportunity of like things that you didn't have before, but then you like don't understand. It's just a really fucking hard place to navigate. I'm sure so many of you understand that, especially when you're struggling with your sexuality too. And I just hope that if you struggle with it, you fucking find that moment in which you find what's right for you and you can do it and be brave about it. And I can assure you that it's okay to not be brave about it because I spent like 29 years being not brave. So the last track here, because Hit Me Hard and Soft is 5 seconds. So, and I listened to it by accident because I went to go save the album and it played 5 seconds. So the last track is Blue. Whoa. So I don't know if Billie had, obviously she did. Billie had something that was really special to her that she lost, and we have gone through that on this record. And you can definitely tell that at the end in Blue, we are really just like wrapping it up and addressing that moment. So, this is such a fucking banger. I feel like this is one of those songs, I think it's too long to be a single, but it has the composition to be a great single for this. However, I would say that like, yeah, lyrically, okay, it's got single material lyrically. I would say the song would hit even harder though if you've already listened to the album, because obviously since Birds of a Feather, we're like, oh my God, call back. Okay.
You were born bluer than a butterfly, beautiful and so deprived.
trap drums, yes.
but I can't change you.
This is fucking sick. The amount of emotion that they put into these instrumentals, fuck. Big string sections, just like so much theatrical. Fuck. I just like, it inspires me so much as somebody who is just like obsessed with music production at this point to hear shit like this, because it just feels so big, and I feel like you can say so much without saying anything at all, which is exactly what I think Finneas does from a production standpoint. I feel like this track, again, really stands as a testament to this whole album. I'm wrong about it being single material, although it is. I feel like the structure of the song doesn't work for that, but I love what they did throughout this. And one thing I want to say is, and I don't know if Billy's gonna hit us with a double album or something. I don't know if that's gonna be the new thing that people do. But speaking of just this, it's pretty cool that 11 tracks, 10 tracks, 11 tracks are able to feel like such a big album, feel like a complete album without it, you know, without having like a ton of tracks. Like for 10 tracks, essentially, I feel like we got a full story out of this. And I think one of the ways they were able to do that was utilizing the space of these songs to actually like, you know, transition into these other songs. Whereas she could have cut the run times and just split some of these songs up and it would have been 18 tracks. Now, again, there is the possibility that there's another record coming out, but everything's kind of making sense to me now because I'm looking back at the album cover and Billy is drowning, but there's this door right there, this open door. And if she could get through it, everything would be better, which is really what I was feeling throughout this entire record, was the overwhelming sense of desperation of needing to have this moment, to have an opportunity to make things better. Everything would be better if you would open that door for me and give me this opportunity, all the way down to being to Blue at the end, where it doesn't seem like she wanted whatever relationship ended to end. It seemed like she fought until she couldn't fight anymore, and she wished that the other person would have fought for her just as hard. And because that fell apart the way that it did, I think, like, I can't quite connect the door part to that relationship, other than even though all those things happened, maybe it's again that act of desperation where maybe I can make that move and come through that open door and everything could be fixed. I just need an opportunity. I need a chance. I personally love how we were able to explore the emotions through this with Billy's vocal range too. I feel like the style was different throughout a lot of these songs, and honestly, like, for the good. I feel like I heard things from Billy that I hadn't really heard before, especially on tracks like Birds of a Feather, that 90s pop influence kind of being in that, and hearing her do that style is really cool. At the same time, making it her own, having that haunting feel to it. Again, something I've always been a fan of. And of course, her and Finneas, when they put those things together, it's incredible. Billy has been on an album run. She's been doing tours. She's been doing all kinds of stuff. And I feel like in all of those things that you do, you're working at your craft all the time. You're rehearsing for shows, you're playing shows, you're writing songs, you're performing, like, you're doing so much. You're going to have so many opportunities to continue to grow. And we're hearing that in this record. Now, I think one of the biggest things that is just going to be like my biggest takeaway from this is just how introspective Billy is from the standpoint of losing a relationship. And being able to just navigate those emotions the way that we have here is truly incredible. I feel like a lot of people are going to be drawn to this for a lot of reasons. One, I think it's really cool that Billy not only, has found what really makes her happy and who she truly loves, or what she truly loves, but I like that she has songs like Bittersweet where she describes that feeling in a way that only people that have ever really struggled with that can really understand how it can feel so amazing to be in that moment. But also there's this like uneasiness because it feels weird. Like it feels strange, even though like it's not, but it feels that way because especially like, you know, people that were growing up, you know, before me and even me growing up, it's like there used to be this fear around it. And I know that a lot of people still have to live in fear because of that. But there's just so many things you're going through. And of course, like Billie being this like big celebrity on top of everything else, you can't do anything without everything being scrutinized. So there's this level of discretion you have to have too. And I just feel like anybody who's been in situations like that, especially when they were first, you know, kind of exploring their own sexuality and stuff, then I feel like Bittersweet is going to mean a lot to a lot of people, myself included, because there's just a lot of truth to that song. Overall, I'm very fucking happy with this record. I cannot wait to listen to it again. You guys know the drill. After I do a album reaction, when I'm editing it, I listen to the record again. I try to like put the headphones on and just get lost in it again because there's so many things that I want to pick up on. Obviously, I don't read the lyrics when I do this, so I want to actually see the lyrics and see if I was right at all about any of these song meanings. I want to really let myself get lost in the production side of things because Finneas is one of the greatest producers of our generation. I'll say it. And I'm always looking forward to what he's doing. I love the absolute vacations and adventures that we went on in every single one of these songs. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out Patreon. You guys can see this video as a full uncut album listening party, as well as over 120 albums like that. And when it comes to Billie's stuff, I have a documentary watch party as well as some live stuff too. So if you're interested in checking those things out, it's super cheap to sign up. All of it supports this channel. Links in the description. I love y'all. I will see you in the next one. Peace.